What's going on, everyone? So the San Antonio Spurs, again, right the ship, winning 2 straight games after suffering 2 straight losses. What I talked about, right? Good teams, they bounce back, right? They take a loss, sometimes 2, but how do you respond? That Laker game, they absolutely should have won. Didn't. Kind of was one of those games that got away. Said it before, it kind of felt like a game where experience kind of outplayed inexperience, right? And in a lot of ways. But nonetheless, how do you bounce back? How do you respond after dealing with those 2 losses? You beat the Houston Rockets, which is probably one of, if not arguably, the best teams to match up against you because of their size, their length, their athleticism, their defensive versatility, right? Being able to just trap and pin down, Victor Wembanyama and try to slow him down as much as possible. He was having his struggles, right, going into that game, all of that. End up pulling off that win. Right. And then your next game is against the New Orleans Pelicans, who are probably, Nets are probably the worst team in all of basketball, but their Pelicans aren't too far off. But still, you're playing a back-to-back, right? Like, you got a team that would love to win and rattle off some wins here. They previously won, 2 straight games or whatever, right? Like, you're in this position where it very well could have been a trap game. And it could have been one of those games where you just take an L. De'Aaron Fox, it's his first game back, so it's like, oh man, there's the potential of him struggling and him kind of getting assimilated into the lineup. And it's like, okay, well, now you're trying to appease him. So, like, is there a little clunkiness? Is there a little awkwardness? Does he kind of mess up what you got going on with Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama and all that stuff? Because again, talking about an all-star level point guard and all that stuff, right? Like, he's a guy that, could kind of disrupt things a little bit, at least early on. Eventually, I think you'll be better with him. But, at least in the beginning, it's very possible that he kind of disrupt things and kind of mess up the flow that you have for a team that is, had the best start in franchise history and all that stuff. And none of that happened. Right? De'Aaron Fox was great, especially for his first game back, was great. Like, was it a perfect game? Like, was there still a little kind of like, lack of chemistry there? Yeah, sure. Right? But he was fantastic. You look at kind of De'Aaron Fox and what he was able to do in his role. And I mean, look, first game back, like I mentioned, 31 minutes, 24 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 40%, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 1 steal, 2 turnovers. I'd like him, not to turn the ball over, especially when you only have 3 assists, but still, first game back, not going to get too much on him, was a +9 overall. And guys still play well. Stephon Castle still had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 14 assists. He did a lot of things, a lot of great things. It was 5 of 13 from the field. He was always 6 from 3, but still. Wemby, 18, 3, with 3 blocks, 1 steal, 5 turnovers. Got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. But again, like, great effort, great play all around. Right, it's the Pelicans team, so people will argue like, oh, like you should have won that and stuff. But still, again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, people want to talk about the Spurs and how easy of a schedule they had to start the season and blah, blah, blah. Right? Well, 1, they did that without De'Aaron Fox. 2, they did it without De'Aaron Fox and now Dylan Harper for, at least a couple games. Now they got Fox back, so that kind of balanced out. But again, it's not the Spurs. The Spurs don't make the schedule. The Spurs can't be like, okay, well, we're going to sit our guys. Like, it doesn't work that way. Right? Spurs' job is to show up and play the team in front of them and win. And guess what? Don't the good teams usually beat the teams that are bad? Aren't the good teams supposed to beat the teams that they are better than? Right? Like, aren't you supposed to, like, if you're playing 5 straight teams that you're supposed to be better than, shouldn't you win 4 or all 5 of those? Spurs did. Right? I can't blame them for doing their job, right? But this, again, was just a great solid win in a game that, you could see them dropping, just underestimating their opponent. You gotta keep in mind, Spurs are still a very young team that is inexperienced, that is just starting to get into their stride, starting to get into the swing of things. Talk about a team that, yes, is at home 2 straight games. You could see that team just going in. Pelicans desperate. Who was it? Trey Murphy ended up dropping 41. Like, it could be one of those games where just like, the De'Aaron Fox comes in, everything's kind of scrambled, nothing's quite right. Like, you're trying to appease him and get him back into the swing of things and get him comfortable. And now Stephon Castle's suffering because of it. And Wemby and Fox's connection isn't quite there. So it's a little awkward and it's not, delivering to the level that you want to deliver. And all that. Like, again, you could see a lot kind of going wrong in this first game with Fox coming back and all that. And it didn't. And you rattled off that win and you were in control pretty much start to finish that game. Right? Like, and you kept your foot on the gas and you hit big shots and you made big plays and you showed that you're a good basketball team. Are they a top contender and all this other stuff? I don't know. We'll see. Right? We'll see how good does De'Aaron Fox improve this team. It's kind of hard to know right now, right? Because again, De'Aaron Fox has a lot of pressure. A lot of questions about him and his contributions to winning and is he a winning player and all these things and all that stuff. But you're coming off of a back-to-back. You win the first one. You're feeling high. You're feeling confident. You got that first win after 2 straight losses. You go in. You're playing a Pelicans team that, again, is kind of desperate and in a position. You got De'Aaron Fox back, all that stuff. Like, this is a game that easily could have been a trap game and the Spurs ended up just giving this one away or got smacked or ran out the gym or whatever. And they didn't. They showed up. They handled business. They played basketball. They played it well. De'Aaron Fox looked like he didn't skip a beat. No, he was efficient and playing well. Again, are there things that need to be worked on here? Yes, absolutely. Are the Spurs, a perfect team by any stretch? No. Right? Are there things that hopefully they're going to be able to fix and resolve as we kind of continue to progress in the season? Absolutely. Right? This is a team that is only going to get better. And I've talked about this. This is a team that is only going to improve. Right? Like, they're only going to get more comfortable. They're only going to gain more experience. De'Aaron Fox is only going to get more comfortable and assimilated on this roster, on this team. Him and Victor Wembanyama's 2-man game is only going to improve and get better. Right? Guys are only going to be healthier. Dylan Harper is going to be back at some point. And we saw what he was able to do. Talking about a guy off the bench was 14-4-4 or something like that. I think at one point he was like 15-5-5. Right? Like a guy that just, again, can come in and have an immediate impact. Yeah, you have peace. Like if there's a key trade that opens up or something like that, especially with as good as you've been, right? Like there is an argument of like, hey, do we kind of like consolidate some of this stuff earlier than before? Right? Like the Spurs are in excellent shape. Right? Like you couldn't ask for a better position if you're the Spurs to be in through the first 9 games. You're 7-2. Right? You got the bounce back wins. Now it's just maintaining. Now it's just you go into the next one, and then you go into the next one, and go into the next one. Right? You do have a tougher stretch coming up, right, to where it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this plays out. This will be a good test for this young team. This will be a good test in general for a team that wants to compete and be one of the better teams in all of basketball, right? Like Victor Wembanyama moving and continuing to move into that top player in the league conversations, all of that. It's a great win. But anyways, always, this is a discussion. I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.